It's going to. Awesome, awesome. So let me just have a look. So we've got some fours and fives. We've got quite a few fours and fives. I love that. Okay, we've got no one under three, which is brilliant, which is brilliant. So I want you to stick with me, engage with me, ask me any questions. You know, I'm never going to gatekeep, never ever gonna gatekeep. I'm here to support you. I've also got Janine, who is on the call. She will be helping answering questions. She'll be making sure I don't miss anyone as well when it comes to questions. So today, what I wanted to do today is really show you some of the things that are happening in 2025 with some of the companies. So some of you may or may not know, so I'm out in Dubai at the moment. Long story. I can't wait to share this, what's happened. But so I'm out here at the moment, and I also want to share with you some opportunities that have arisen out here that might be relevant to some of you. May not be relevant to all of you, but it might be of interest. So I will let you know what's happening, and we can see where we get. So let's get started. I am going to share my screen as I do. Bam, 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 slideshow. And if you could just make sure that you can see my screen, can I just see a thumbs up to make sure? Dawn, I can see you. Dawn Jarvis, can you see my screen? You can. Awesome. Good. Just want to make sure. Right. And I'm working from one screen today. I usually have two screens. So we're doing it one. So hopefully, fingers crossed, everything goes well. So today I want to talk about the 5 mistakes to avoid in 2025 when getting corporate contracts. There's some things that we've been doing, and I don't know about you. And I know that with some of the some of the CAM members who are online now, some who are not here today, there's, sometimes you just feel like, oh, I'm just beating a dead donkey. I think that's what they call it. Yeah. And you're not getting where you want to get. So what I want to do is make sure that I'm giving you the things that you need for 2025. All right. So that's what I want to do. So first and foremost, most of you know me. If you don't, just read this. It's the same like everybody else's bio, right? We all, many of us multitask. We wear many hats. I'm no different, but I'm trying to streamline it. But some of you may not know that I now am a founder of a tech platform, co-founder of a tech platform. And I'll tell you a little bit about that. And co-founder of a new agency called findexperts.me. It's been redefined. So I'll tell you all about that towards the end. But anyway, most of you know me, so I won't go into much more of that. And these are some of the brands that I've worked with in the past, either as a long-term consultant coach trainer or short-term. So I only share this so you know that you're in the right place and I'm not making things up. Okay. So let's get started because we've got a lot to go through. Put in the chat for me, please. Just put a yes or a no. Did you secure any work with corporates? And let me define corporates for you. Large organizations, some SMEs, they could be educational institutions, they could be transportation companies, anyone who wasn't an entrepreneur who's just starting out. Let me just see in the chat where we're at. Did anyone secure any corporate contracts? Let me just see. And if you said yes, do you mind just sharing what you did? When I say what you did, was it training? Was it coaching? Was it consultation? Was it services? Was it products? Just let me just get a sense. I'll come off screen for now. So let's just get a sense of who's in the room, who got lucky, got blessed last year. Let's hear. Oh, good question, Eunice. Do churches fall under corporates? I would say it depends on size. My church is a massive church, definitely seen as corporate. But then you've got smaller, more localized churches I wouldn't see as corporates. So Wendy, you got some speaking and training last year. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Tanique, you got some you sold a service and you did some speaking. Love it. Ron, nothing. Don't worry, we'll change that. Diane, consulting and consulting and selling some services. Great, great, great. Keep them coming, guys. Keep them coming because I just want to get a view of what happened last year. So that's good. Keep them coming. What else do we have? Delivered workshops and trainings. Brilliant. Kai, training, speak engagements. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Written. Right. So let me go back to sharing and I'm gonna show you something as well. Right. So I asked that question because there are strategies that we used last year that we can still use this year, but there are new strategies that we need to really embrace and think about. So that's what I want to show you right now. So what we're going to cover today is the 5 most critical mistakes to avoid. And I've actually called it mistakes to avoid. They're not actually mistakes. There are things that we did last year that we need to double down, but there are new things. And then I want to share with you the solutions to some of these mistakes or some of the things that I know that people are just not doing or they're not doing consistently enough. And then how to seize big opportunities. I'm going to share a live corporate opportunity with you towards the end, and I'll just give you some overview on how you can pitch for it. Okay, so I'll do that for you, no problem at all. So let's look at the 5 critical mistakes and 5 solutions. So right now, your proposals are still not tailored enough. They need to be tailored, 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 tailored. Now, you might say to me, but Michelle, of course we do that. Of course we do that. I understand what the company wants. And when I'm talking proposals, I'm not even talking about the full written 5-page proposals. A proposal could be just speaking, telling people what you do, the client that you want to work with, right? So don't get bogged down in the nitty-gritty. We're not talking about the nitty-gritty right now. Proposals could be just a form of communication. They could be verbal or they could be written. They could also be audible, right? But they're still not tailored enough. So how many of you did this last year? You based your proposals or your pitches on what you think they need. Yeah. So you think you know what the client needs. And so you want to sell something to them. This is what a lot of people do. It's not wrong, but there's better ways that we can do it. And many of us are reviewing their websites. Brilliant. Brilliant. There's nothing wrong with that, but there's things more we can be doing. All right. So reviewing their website. And when you're reviewing their website, where are you looking on their website? So this is what I want you to be more clever for this year. Don't just look at the website. Look at certain things around, let's say if you work in the well-being space, in the training space, you might have a look at their job boards. The reason why I say look at their job boards, if they are recruiting, that means there is change going on within the organization. There's little clues. I want you to look at the clues. If they have, go on the careers part of the website. Have a look at what are the changes going on. So that means you can, if they are looking, let's say if they are looking for someone to come in and do training, they're looking to employ someone full time. This is an indication that there's a need. And you can still go in and speak to them and say, I see that you're advertising. I'm not an agent. I'm not an agency. I know that you're looking for a full-time trainer, but in the interim, I'm happy to offer my services. I am a trainer now and I can support with anything short term while you're still looking for a full-time employee. You can offer fractional services. So some of you may have heard there's fractional CMOs, fractional marketers. Fractional just means that you don't need to be there all the time. They can call you as and when. You're almost on like a retained service. So please think about offering fractional services. All right, fractional services. And some of you are talking to people to know what's happening. Nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. But there's more things you can do for this year. I want you to research the industry market, the industry and the market. So I don't want you to go into these things blindly. I want you to show them that you know the industry inside and out. So if you are a CAM member, they get access to this already. On the resources portal, I have listed different industries. I have listed the publications or the governing bodies or the professional bodies that they can read up a bit more about this company before they put in their pitch or before they put in their proposals. Yeah. So these are industry and market insights. We want to be clever for 2025. Look at their annual reports or their investor relationships. These are for larger organizations. If you're going for the larger organizations, you can download it from their website. And I say this because so when you're talking to them, you can say, for example, I can see that last year a lot of investment went towards A, B, and C. They're going to now think, okay, so this person knows what they're talking about. They're not just a salesperson trying to sell me the next big thing, but they understand the market. They understand our challenges. So these are some of the things you want to be clever for 2025. Competition is rife, my friends. And I don't want you to miss out on any opportunity to get closer. And last but not least, are we using social media the way that we should be using? Listen, LinkedIn and Twitter, it's going to be your best friends. Probably Instagram, depending on who your client base is. But they talk about the company all the time. You can see what other people say about the company. You can see what employees are talking about the company. So you can get more insight, more knowledge about what's going on. We need to be ready. So I don't want you just to base things on assumption. I don't want you just to look willy-nilly on their website. I want you to go a little bit more deeper. So it's going to take a little bit more work from your end, right? If you're working with us, a part of CAM, we help you do that because I've listed all the industries, I've listed all the professional bodies, we've got the contact details, so you know how to do that. But if you want to do this alone, go it alone, you can do as well. But social media definitely is going to be your best friend. So let me give you a little case study. So there is a company out here called Creative Zone, and we wanted to do some work with them, and we could have just gone on their website and see what they did, but we wanted to see who their competitors are. And there's a number of competitors out there. I went and we researched to see what their competitors were doing. We went to see what Creative Zone was doing. And because of that, we put together a little proposal. Now, this proposal wasn't all pretty. I didn't do it on Canva. I didn't use Adobe. I literally used Google Docs. Google Docs. I just talked about where Creative Zone are right now, and I can see what they're trying to achieve. I know how many people they're trying to get to relocate in the UAE. I know that they're expanding to different geographies. So in my proposal, I talked about that, and I said, I know that you're hoping to do this, ABC, and I want to support you in your mission to expand. That's what I said. And I said, with my access and my network, really bigging myself up, with my access and my network, I know how I can get your initiative to a broader spectrum. So let's have a conversation. Let's see what I can do for you and how we can work together. That proposal was sent on Tuesday. The person contacted me on the Wednesday, and we've got a call booked on Friday. Look how quick that was. Why? Because I was talking their language. I did my research. I found out what their competitors are doing. I found out what they were doing. I used Twitter. I logged on to see what they were doing. I see what they were talking about on LinkedIn. Now it's your turn. It's not rocket science, guys. Nothing I'm teaching or sharing with you is rocket science. You know this already, but you're probably not doing it. But it takes someone like me just to push you. All right. And that's what I'm here to do, to push you. So, um, I'm going to finish this bit and then we're going to get to the next bit. If there's any questions, I will have a look at the chat. I've said. So here's a tip for you. I want you to position, if you've been to any of my masterclasses before, you always see that I'm telling you to position yourself as an advisor, as a collaborator, as an advisor, rather than just as a consultant. There's many consultants. There's not many advisors. And this is what I want you to do. In the next, what are we now? We're Wednesday, Thursday. In the next week or so, I want you to create a stakeholder insight session. Now, if you don't know what that is, literally, it's just a focused discussion with some employees and some decision makers. Offer it for free. I'll talk about roundtables or lunch and learn. This is what it is. This is just another name. And you're saying that you can go onto LinkedIn and say, I'm going to hold a stakeholder insight session as an advisor in the area of A, B, and C. You talk about what you do. I want to find out what are the internal challenges. It will cost you nothing. There is no commitment, but I want to hear from you what's going on. And I can give you some piece of advice, some consultancy, whatever it is for you to implement. It's called a stakeholder insight session. If you just need to get 3 people in a room, 5 people in a room, do it on Zoom, do it on Teams. The information you will glean from that focus group is going to be remarkable. Trust me, it will be remarkable. And then you'll know how to then tailor your sessions. Or even if you couldn't even get 3 people or 2 people together, if you get 1 person, jump on the call and just say, I'm here. I'm offering myself as a resource. I want to let you know that I've worked in this type of industry. I've done this background, and I want to just find out what's happening with you. How can I help? What can I do? You're giving them free resource. And with that information, you use your Otter.ai, you use Genesis AI, whatever, to record, summarize, and now you've got intelligence. So you know now what's going on within those organizations. Does this make sense, guys? Does this make sense? I think there's a couple of questions. Okay, no questions. Everyone's telling me that is great. Thank you. So that's what I want you to do. I'm giving everybody homework. Everyone's got homework, right? Create these stakeholder insight sessions. And everybody who's on here live, I want to follow up. I want you to actually work with us so that we can definitely hold your hand and support you. All right. So create a stakeholder insight session. Look at the words I'm using, guys. Stakeholder, insight. These are keywords that resonate with larger organizations. Awesome. Second thing, gosh, I need to speed up. Second thing is you're pitching yourself as a consultant rather than a collaborator. We love the words consultants. We love the word coaches and all that. We all do it. That's great. But in the eyes of the end user, we're the same. How do we differentiate ourselves? Because we're going to pitch ourselves as collaborators. We want to work with them. We don't want to be dictatorial and say, this is what I do, and this is how much it costs. We want to be collaborative, and that's the difference. I am telling you, right? Even from the Diverse Business Summit, guys, those of you that came, I had some of these brands in the room. All now, I'm still working out how I got them in the room. I got them in the room, and I had conversations with them. And they say why they came and why they want to be a part is because I have a collaborative approach. I don't sit here in my ivory tower and say, this is what I can offer you, and this is how it will be done. I say, how can we work together? How can I make you look good? Because the people I'm talking to are not always the heads. They may be the training and development. They might be HR. What can I do with you to make you look good? Let's do this as a partnership. It can be a win-win situation for both of us. This is what makes the difference. This is where they think, oh my God, they will see you as a partner and they want to work with you long term. So this is how to fix those kind of things. You need to ask quite pertinent questions. All right. So questions such as, what are your current challenges? What's happening? What's on your to-do list now? What do you need to clear? And how can I help you on that? What can I do to help you right now? Some things you may be able to help with, some things you may not be able to help with, and that's fine. We're not good at everything, but you might know somebody else and you might be able to say, actually, I mean, I don't do well-being, but I have people within my CAM members, and CAM, by the way, stands for Corporate Acquisition Mastermind. I keep saying CAM, but that's what it stands for. But I know that I can reach out to a couple of people on my membership and say, listen, they've asked me about well-being. That's not my area of expertise. What should I be saying? Let's work together on this. And if we get the contract, then we can work out how we manage our own partnership so we all get paid. Yeah. So you don't have to know everything. And ask them, what's the plan for the future? And what are your outcomes? What are you hoping to see at the end of it? And then you can tell them if it's realistic or not, because sometimes their outcomes is way, beyond blue sky thinking, and we can't really meet those demands. Don't put yourself in a position where they are demanding certain things that you can never fulfill. All right. So let's be realistic with that. Have a consultative approach. Frame your proposal as a collaboration. We're going to work together on this. And be flexible. Be flexible. Let them know this is what I usually offer. But if it's not fit for purpose, if you don't want this, let's do something else. So this is what I do, guys. I offer a shopping list. I say this. I can do this for you. I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. I usually say we, right? Because I do have a team. And then they can choose from that shopping list what they want. You're giving them choice. Give them choice. Yeah. So part of that is offering a consultative session. So I've called it a session, but really it's a shopping cart, right? So rather than give them a fixed price and a predefined set of deliverables, offer a consultative session. So you can say, I know that you were interested in my leadership services, but you may not know, I also have a team and we can support you on communication and presentation skills, speaking skills. We also have another division that does mental health. Although our core is leadership, let them know that the core is leadership, if it is, but we have other add-ons. We can do mental health. Or we have a service that helps with neurodiverse employees, whatever it is. Yeah. And let them go through the list and let them be the one to say, actually, now to come to think of it, I could do with that. Let's have a conversation. Do you see where I'm going? It's conversation, guys. It's just conversation, human to human conversation. Does this make sense? Before I go into the next bit. Yes, just looking at some of the questions, stakeholder insights. So you aren't defining, or let me see. So you aren't defining your what you are looking to help. Yeah, so you're in the stakeholder insights. Let them do the talking, and then you just picking little bits and see where you can help. Yeah. Please repeat what you said about to get them engaged. What did I say about getting them engaged now? I can't remember what I said now. Just having conversations with them, finding out what their pain points are. That's what we say in the B2C world, what are your pain points? But when you're speaking to corporates, you don't ask them what your pain points are. You just say, what are your quarter 1 challenges? You see the difference? I'm still talking about their pain points, but what are their quarter 1 challenges? What is on the horizon that's coming up that you want to be forward thinking with? These are the types of languages. This is the type of narrative you want to be speaking. What are their internal challenges? Oh yeah, so what's happening? What's on your to-do list right now that I can help you with? Because sometimes we think too big and we want to help the whole company. Do department by department. Yeah, do department by department. Brilliant. Guys, put a 1 in the chat if this is making sense to you. Put a 1 in the chat if this is making sense to you. If I don't see a 1, then I know that I'm speaking gobbledygook. Awesome, awesome. Brilliant. Number three, you are I love this one, guys. You are ignoring trends and ch changes that's happening within the industry, which is happening in the world. This is important. I don't know if anyone saw any of my marketing videos. I was walking on the street because I just finished doing the slides for this, right? And you know, when you're happy with yourself, I was happy with myself. I said, yes, let me share this with the people. Guys, this is a serious, serious talk. If you ignore the trends and the changes, you are going to be left behind. Now, I spoke about this to somebody, and you know what they said, and I hear what they said. And if you're on here and you're watching this, that's fine. The person said to me, but Michelle, I don't want to be the person, what's it, chasing the shiny Sutton syndrome, whatever I can't remember the thing. Yeah. And I said, you're absolutely right. And you don't need to chase the shiny object syndrome. You don't need to be that type of person. But what you need to know about it. Because what the shiny object syndrome is new things that are coming on the market. You don't need to know everything and be the be all and end all about it, but you need to know about it. You need to have some knowledge about it. Let's not play that AI hasn't come to change up the game. You don't need to know the ins and out of AI, but I'm going to show you in a minute how you can utilize it as a coach, a consultant, a speaker. Yeah, I want to show you that. So sorry, let me just check that I'm not missing any. That's it. Shiny object syndrome. Like I said, so failing to integrate. Now, these are the three main things that are current right now in the world of corporate, large companies and SMEs. AI, sustainability, it was last year and it is again this year. And hybrid working. I've called it hybrid working, but it's the future of work. Those three things, guys, please write it down. AI, sustainability, and let's call it the future of work. You need to be able to put it in a conversation when you're speaking to them. If you can't, and your competitors do, you're out of the game. You're out of the game. Now, you don't need to position yourself as the AI expert or the sustainability queen or the future of work king. You don't need to do that. You just need to know that you've got some knowledge of it. So let me show you how you do that. So I'm always talking about leadership because that's my background, right? So I'm going to show you how you can use AI, sustainability, and future of work, the three main trends for 2025. So you can use AI to adapt your training content based on participants' learning styles. So this is how you will put it in a sentence, guys. Make a note of this. I'm making this up on the spot. Yeah, so don't ask me to repeat it. So you can say something like, the reason why my leadership training is different from somebody else's is because we use adaptive AI techniques to make sure that we are meeting the needs of the different learners' style within your organization. That's enough for them to perk up. Oh, this is good. So it's not a one size fits all. If you're on the CAM program, you'll have access to the resources that actually do this. All right. We talk about there's different AI. Some of them are free, some of them are not free. I've got access to a lot of tools, so if you needed, I will help you out with that. But saying these kind of things is making them perk up. They're interested. They want to hear. We want to get them to the point to get them on a call with us. So saying these things solidifies that. For sustainability, you can then say, not only do I train on leadership, but I'm making sure that the training that we offer is sustainable. It's ethical leadership. It's ethical decision making. These are the things they want to hear because they've got ESG targets that they want to hit. And to know that you are a leadership trainer, leadership coach, executive coach, who this is fundamental part of your deliverables, they want to listen. In 2025, we have to speak a different language. That's what I'm saying to you guys. We have to speak a different language to be able to get ourselves booked on these calls and have these conversations. Future of work. Now, this is you focusing on adaptability, upskilling, workforce transformation, proving to the company that they don't need to have everybody in the office 90% of the time. You can show chapter and verse and fact that when people work more sustainably, when they work more flexibly, their output is higher than when they are present in the organization. Now, most organizations, one organization I know, they want them to be in 90% of the time because they feel that being present adds all this value. You don't dismiss that. You say, yes, that's absolutely correct. But let me give you another perspective. And then you show that share that perspective. Do you see what I mean? Okay. So let me do one more for speakers. AI, same thing. You can analyze real-time audience engagement for better customization. You can do that. There's one, I can't remember what it's called. When I remember, I'll put it in the chat. There's two that you can do that so that you can, and then you can use the data and give it to the person that's hired you to speak. Sustainability, you can collaborate. Why don't you reach out to event companies or event organizers who have green credentials? And say, well, I'm a speaker, I'm very much into sustainability. All of these things matter to me, and I want to partner up with ethical or sustainable event organizers. Can you see where I'm going with this? The future of work. Well, this is where you will share some insights and some foresights on company culture, innovation. You can talk about digital transformation and how it's going to impact the bottom line. How do we deal with employees who are nervous and who are scared of the changes that are happening? How can you, as a speaker, or how can you, as a trainer, give them that peace of mind? Does this make sense, guys? Let me know in the chat if this is making sense. Good. Thank you, Wendy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Irene, yes. Brilliant, 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 brilliant. So on part of the CAM Online, that's the program that I run, I go through this, I go through it myself, and then I create resources. So for all of this, I have given the CAM members on the resources 3 examples of each. So I've given them 3 things they can consider when it comes to AI, 3 things they can consider when it comes to sustainability, and future of work 3 things. So obviously I've given you one of them here, but on the CAB program, we can go through that, and I can give you other options and things that you can consider, because I don't want you to miss out on 2025, the opportunities that are around the corner. So number 4, I want to make sure we've got time for questions as well. Number 4, not positioning yourself for long-term success. This is really important, guys, because I understand where you're coming from. The short-term contract, just going in and doing your thing, is good to get paid quickly. We love that. And I always say, base this on your own cash flow, okay? So I take on short-term contracts all the time. Even today, there's a company out, and guys, I still do freelance work with other companies, right? With other training companies. And today, company UAE reached out to me and they said, oh, Michelle, I see that you do training. We want to find out, do you do freelance training? So, and would you do it with us, basically? So I said yes. I put together what I do, and now we're booked in for a call. That's going to be a short-term contract, right? And these are good when you're short on cash flow or you need some money very quickly. But a long-lasting partnership builds wealth for tomorrow. So I don't neglect these long-term partnerships. I don't neglect looking at the long term. How can I build in long term working with you? How can I be on a retainer with you? How can I get you to use my company for the next 6 to 12 months? And then we can review at the 12th month to see if you want us again. I even pitched for a university to do 3 years with them. It was a lot of headache trying to do a proposal and work out my pricing, but I did it for 3 years. I said, if you take us on for 3 years, this is how much it will cost you. Obviously, I slashed the cost because it's a 3-year commitment with a 2-year break clause, and it will work out benefit for them. So think about, how can I be a long-term partner with you? And the partnership may look like this. My company may not be able to resource you in everything, but I am positioned that I'm partnered with other strategic trainers and coaches and service providers. And then what you do with them, you create a little agreement with other resources, and then they go in and deliver under your brand. Why can't you do that? Why can't you do that? I can help you do that. That's quite easy. So this is why I don't want you to feel like, God, Michelle, this is hard work. It's burdensome. You don't have to do it all yourself. If you know you have inroads to somebody who wants a service that you cannot deliver, partner with somebody else who can. You create a short-term agreement, a partnership agreement with them. They can deliver under your brand, or they can, if you're happy for them to deliver as their own brand, whatever works for you. But it's something you should definitely do. So let me see if there's any questions. I hope this is making sense, guys. Good, making sense. Good, good. So long-term vision. This is how you will pitch it if you want to do some long-term. In addition to the immediate needs, show how your solution can scale as the company grows or as the company changes. What can you do? What else can you offer? Think about what else you can offer. Either check-ins or follow-ups, or you can do a 6-month review. This is the way to keep them close. Keep them close. You can offer some follow-up, stay engaged with them. And like I said, offer follow-up services or post-project reviews. Or you want to say in 7 months' time, I want to come in again. I want to see what we implemented at the beginning of quarter 1. Now we might be in quarter 3. I want to see, is it still working? Is it still fit for purpose? It probably isn't, because things change so quickly. And this is what you say to them. Things might work. Things may change. So it's really good that I stay close with you so that I can be on call if things change. If there's things happening within the organization that you're not happy with, we can have a retainer contract in place. These are some of the conversations that you were not having in 2024 that you need to have in 2025. That's going to change the game. It will change the game. It will change the game. Are there any questions at this point? Okay, Kai, that's no problem. No problem. I'm going to make the recording available for 48 hours. So if you miss anything, you can definitely get back up. Yes. So someone sent me a message. If you don't mind me sharing, it's not a private message, but somebody's just shared. Do I know any great lawyers? Of course I do. I partner with lawyers who can do contracts, who can do agreements. And I do this because I know that people need it. So if I Marsha, I'm going to just make a note and I can send you her details as well. Let me just put that here. Marsha. Okay. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So let's do it. Not knowing their budget timelines. This is a biggie, guys. This is a biggie. I've missed out on opportunities because I just didn't do my homework. I just didn't work out when their budget timelines are. I didn't ask anybody. I didn't check. These are the things we need to be doing. So I've put this picture of a spaghetti, and basically it's a wall, like we're throwing spaghetti at the wall, because this is what we tend to do. We say, actually, I can do training for that company. I can do speaking for this company. And we just reach out to people with no strategy. And it's almost like throwing spaghetti at a wall. I want us to be a bit more conscious of this for 2025. I want you to research the company's fiscal calendar. Every time I miss an opportunity, my next question to them is, oh, while we're here, can you tell me when your budget is? When do you agree a budget? And they may agree budget in January. They might do April. They might do November. These are usually the core times, but it can differ. And even though those are their budget times, they have budget reviews, usually 2 to 3 months afterwards. So if you miss the January, you can still find out when their budget review is, because what happens is they'll do a budget for 6 months or they'll do a budget for 12 months, but they have intermittent reviews. So you just find out when that is, because that's the time we can have the conversation. If they're coming to the end of their budget, you can say, have you spent all your budget? Because they want to spend it so they get more money next year. Is there any underspend? In what area is there underspend? Now, if they've got underspend in the accounts, but you are positioning to speak to L&D, what do you do then? What do you do then? What you can say is, okay, so there might be an underspend in accounts, but is there any way that we can use the accounting pot for this on this particular occasion? Because accounting, they don't want to be under budget either. It's conversations. And once you sow the seed in their minds, they're open. I have pitched myself to do work and they've taken budget from a different pot and paid me. So I know it happened. I know it works. I know it works. So you time your proposal strategically. And I'm going to show you a case study with somebody in CAM, what happened with them. So time your proposals strategically. So I know at the moment, there's one company I'm speaking to, January, February is the time that I need to be having the discussions with them. And I know this because last year when I missed out, I remember what she told me. So I've booked in a call. I've got a call with her next week, Thursday. And I just said, let's just jump on a call. I said to her this, I want to run something by you. I want to get your feedback and to get some insights. So it's like an insight session. I'm just doing it with one company, one banking company they are. Once I get her on the phone, because I just need them on the phone. I know I can sell. I just need them on the phone. And once they're on the phone, then I can tell her what I'm hoping to do. And she might say, oh, this sounds good. And then I'm hoping that then she'll say, I wonder if we've got scope to have something like that. Because I know that this will be of interest to her. I'm pitching it to her like I'm trying to pitch it to someone else, just to get her feedback and her insight. Then when she hears, she might think, this might be something I can do. And I'm talking to her about it in January, February, because I know that's when they're reviewing their budget. And offer payment structures, flexible payment structures. So this is what I mean by flexible payment structures. Depending on what you want to offer, if you're offering like a 50 program, £50,000, doesn't matter what company, could be a lot of money for that company to pay you straight up. But you can ask them to pay in thirds. So you get one pot of money at the beginning. So even before you have your kickoff meeting where you say, this is what I'm going to be doing, this is the deliverables, this is who I need from your organization, you get a percentage paid up front to secure you. Then you might say, midway, we can have our second payment. And then the third payment will be on deliverables or at the end. Offer them a payment plan. We want payment plans. I like payment plans. I don't always have the money and the capital up front. And we cannot expect all companies to do this. They like payment plans. Why? Because they have budgets. And your payment plan might straddle a budget year. So they could be able to pay you 2/3 with this budget, and the third payment might come out of the budget of next year. Do you see what I'm talking about? So you can even make these suggestions, guys. It just makes it so much more palatable to them. So much more palatable. So this is what happened, right, to someone in Cannes. So hopefully you can see my screen. She was proposing for a leadership training in July, and she expected that there was going to be a quick turnaround. But the company had already allocated annual training budget in April, meaning that there were no funds left for this new program. And they liked the program. She sent me a message. We've got a community portal. And she said that she sent me a private message on Telegram. And she told me about it. And this is what I said to her. I said, had you done your research and asked her about the budget, asked them about the budget cycle, you could have submitted your proposal in March or early April, allowing the company to include it in next year's budget. Alternatively, they could have suggested a pilot workshop. So what she should have done is actually tell me or ask me sooner. And then I would have said, okay, so you've missed the budget. Offer a pilot workshop, it could be way much cheaper, something that they can just quickly get a taste of you. And then you can do a bigger delivery when they're backed up and when they've got the money. So never, even when you have a no, it's never just no. It's never just no. There are different ways that you can get them on side. There's different things that you can offer. And trust me, anyone that knows me, I'm buzzing with ideas. You just need to ask me. You just need to ask me. They've said no to this. How can I get them back on side? They've ghosted me. What can I be doing? There's so much things you can be doing to get them back, get the door. The company that I've got the conversation with next week, I swear they were ghosting me like from November, from November. But I was relentless, absolutely relentless, because I know what I can do for them. And now we've got the call on Thursday. So, was this helpful? Because I want to open for questions. Was this helpful? Please let me know in the chat. Put a yes in the chat if this was helpful. Can you see where I'm going for 2025? I've talked about narrative, using insight sessions, talking about budgets with them, talking about what's the trends and the changes that's happening for them. These are the things they want to hear. I sit in roundtables with corporates all the time. And some of these, I don't even organize these. I sit in other people's roundtables and I hear what they're talking about. I hear what they're talking about it. And then I create a masterclass to give it to you guys. So this is why I know this is hot off the press. So let me share with you a corporate opportunity, just typical ones that we get. I don't get them every month, so I'm not going to lie. I don't get them every month. I might get them every 2 months. It could be every quarter. It's just as and when. I have a research team just out and about doing what they do best. So this is what came up. And CAN members, if you're on here, go to your portal. This is on here already with some other opportunities, but for everybody else. So John Deere, I don't even know who the company is, by the way, but they do like construction, they have trucking services. Don't worry about the company. All we need to know that they are a $51 billion company. They are trying to find right now coaches who can train on several personal development topics: high performance, productivity, wellness, mindset, self-care, spirituality, leadership. Put in the chat which one of these could you teach on or coach on. Just let me know. Which one could you do? You could do all of them, or you could do one of them. Which just let me know in the chat. Which ones can you do? And then let me see. Just put it in the chat. Let's have a look. Let's see. Well-being, creative. Yes, Judith, I know you can, definitely. Productivity, well-being, says Eunice. Leadership, I could do anything on health and healthcare. Brilliant. Leadership, well-being. Right. So there's companies like that. Now, I'm going to say there's companies like this, but this is a real company who is looking for that. And based on what they've paid for coaching in the past, they pay at least 20,000 an hour. Mind-boggling for 10 employees. All right. Also, if you wish to set up a monthly coaching sessions for each department, you could charge around 10K for 2 hours of monthly. This is residual income, guys. Residual income. You can just go onto LinkedIn and find John Deere. You can go onto their website. You can do that now. You can just do that now and find the department, reach out, you find out and say, I understand that you're looking for trainers in this particular area of expertise. Have you found them yet? Is it your department? Is it a different department? Would you like to have a conversation? A no obligation conversation? Would you like me to put together a pilot for you? They're based in the US. If you're in the US, good for you. Might be a different state. You can say we can do this virtual, which means if you've got employees in different parts of the world, they can still be a part of it. These are different things. If they want you in person, then they've got the money to pay to bring you out. So these are real life corporate opportunities that we get within CAM. And we haven't done it this year as yet because we just started the year. But last year we had implementation sessions. We're going to do them again for this year. And these are some of the things that you could do in your when we have our implementation sessions. I'm on the phone. I'm on the line. I have other coaches who are also available as well. These are real opportunities. Real opportunities. Awesome. How do you... So I'm just looking at a question. How do you spell deer?
So someone's put it in the chat, John
Oh,
Deere.
someone's put it in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Deere. Yeah, brilliant. Thank you, Janine. Yeah, check them out. Check them out. And if you let me know how you get on. Yeah, I want to always make sure I'm giving value to you guys here. There's things that you can do by yourself, and there's things that you might need my hand holding. And I always offer my services. Always offer my services because I want us all to win. I want us to win for 2025. So what is next for you? What is next for you? I always like to ask this question. What's next for Wendy, for Ron, for Irene, for Marsha? What is next for you guys? What's on the agenda? What do you want to do? What do you want to do? This is what I want you to do. I want you to work with me. I want you to work with me so that you can create your strategy, your system, and your sales. That's what I want to do. I told CAM members today, because I was having a conversation, I had a one-to-one with someone today who's looking at how we can use partnership as a way to get her more. She's got a CIC, working with partners. So we're working with local councils. So we're, looking at some local councils where she can pitch her services to and her CIC. So we're talking about, this is the strategy, the systems. She's got access to all the resources. And next week, we're not just her, but we're going to have a sales teaching session where I want to hear your sales conversation. You're going to do it with me, and then I can hear what you're saying, what's not saying, all of that, and help you. this is what we do. So this is how I want to hold your hand through strategy and system and sales to get your corporate contracts. We do this part of CAM Online 2.0. And I do this because I want everyone to get their first 100K contract. $100. We do them in dollars, right? I want everyone because it's so possible. So possible. I pitched something for $70,000. No, I did. Was it in dollars? I actually did it in pounds. £70,000. And I had, remember when I talked about insiders, influencers, and the impacted? That's one of the trainings I've done, one of the masterclasses. I had an insider. She told me that somebody else pitched for 120,000. I did mine at 70. I'm waiting to hear back. 70,000. Just from one company. It was an insurance company, by the way. £70,000. And if I get it, I wouldn't be able to do it by myself because I pitched that there's a whole team. So I'm going to have to pull on my resources, which are people within, obviously, I always go to my CAM members first. Always. So this is what I want us to do. I want us all to aim to get a 100K contract. It doesn't need to be one. It can be several that makes up 100K. I've got someone in CAM who got a 6-figure. She got a 100K contract. But you don't need to just get one. You could get several. You could get 2 or 3 because they pay well. We know they pay well. I just showed you. We can do this. So we have designed this for busy professionals who are limited on time, because I understand that you could be in other masterclasses, other coaches, other consultants. So I've designed this so you can access it online when you want, 24/7 for 12 months. And then we have structured sessions with me. We'll have our monthly accountability sessions. You will come to our structured training sessions if you're free. We have implementation sessions. I'll do them in the day. We do them in the evenings. So people with different time zones can come. You drop in and drop out when you want. And I do that because I understand we're too busy to be always coming to everything. But they work. It works. It really does work. So this is what you get. You get your 6-month group mastermind. This is where you have the expert guidance. I keep you accountable. I want to see what you did last month. I want to see what leads are coming in. How many leads are converting? Why are your leads not converting? Are you not talking to enough people? Are you not doing enough outreach? Do enough people know what you do? This is a thing that we talked about just on Tuesday, because we do these every first Tuesday of the month. Do people actually know what you do? When is the last time you actually told people what you do and what you offer? We talk about that. You get access to the 12 months resources. My resources are creme de la creme. And so when the 6-month mastermind sessions are finished, you still get access to that. You still get access to that. We have the accountability, like I talked about before, and I give you access to corporate opportunities. So at the end of December, an opportunity came through, and I know some people in CAM, I reached out to put you forward. It was meant to be in January. They got back to me. They've pushed the date back, so it's still live. They wanted somebody who can do some training. What was around? I think it was around leadership. They gave me a whole breakdown, and it was in Doha and Casablanca. They're paying for your flight. They're paying for your accommodation. You don't even need to pay for food. They feed you breakfast. They give you lunch. They give you dinner, and they pay you to deliver. This is what happens. So I couldn't do it. So I gave it away. Yeah. And actually, they didn't even ask me if I could do it, if I'm honest. They didn't ask me. And it was for the gas and petroleum industry. These are real opportunities that come through. All right. So I want to find out from you if anyone is interested in working with me on CAM. If you're interested, I want to know. Just put a number 2 in the chat if you are interested. So yeah, these are other things we do. Obviously, I mentioned some of these already, the implementation sessions and proposal reviews. I do this all the time. People say, oh, Michelle, I've got a conversation. I've just finished doing a pricing strategy for somebody. I haven't given it to her yet. She's got a gig in Oman. So I've actually done the pricing strategy, what it would look like to deliver the training, also to pay for accommodation and her travel and any other. We do it. We do, she can do it herself, obviously, but I've done it for her. These are like the proposal reviews that we do. So let me just see in the chat if you are interested at this point. Awesome, awesome. So this is it. And I've reduced the price because I want to make it affordable. This is for the whole year, not a month. It's for the whole year. The whole year, you get the 12 months access to the resources and you get the 6 months mastermind. Next week, we're doing our training on sales. I'll put in another date for implementation in next month. But I want to keep people on top of it because there's just too many good opportunities. I'm out in the UAE, as I told you before, in Dubai. The reason why I want to do the sales conversation training and whatever is I'm learning as I know how to do these things, but there's always new things I'm learning, always new things I'm learning. And I want to share something what happened this week, which will open up opportunities for so many more people. I can't wait. But it's not sealed. The deal has not been sealed, so I can't speak about it yet. But this is what it is. 499, 2 payments, or 1 payment of 997. That is it. That's all you need to pay. And you get instant access to everything. You come next week for the training, and then you come for the accountability calls when you can. You come for the implementation sessions when you can. Ask me anything. Any proposals you've got on the table. That's what we're there for. There's not just me. I've got a team in Dubai. Some of you know Iffy. You got access to Iffy. You got access to Adrian. You got access to Sonia. We're all here. We're all here to support you. You and Janine, we're all here to support you. All right. So just a reminder, you get the structured sessions, the high-level resources, the community portal, proposal reviews, access to the courses and the replays, obviously, the accountability, one-to-one. If you need to jump on a call with one of us, jump on a call with one of us. Yeah. Corporate opportunities. This is what it is. If you want to do this, I want you to sign up straight away. I don't want you to miss any of these opportunities. So I've got a bonus. Of course, I've got a bonus. Why wouldn't I want to give you a bonus? I want you to take me at my word. I want you to take me at my word. So the first 5 people that can book in full within 48 hours, I want you to have your one-to-one strategy with me. We will book it in as soon as I see your payment. Let's book it in. And use that strategy session with me to work out. I can give you, we'll talk about what you get on the program. That's there. That's neither here nor there. But I want to work out what's your next quarter going to look like. Your next 2 quarters. What should you be focusing on? What do you need from me? Is there any introductions? Can I use my resources and my networks to bring you in? But I can only do that for 5 people because I can't be having lots of one-to-one conversations. If you want to do that, let's book a call, book your time with me. Let's pay in full. That's what I want to offer anybody. All right. So, Janine, if you could put the link in the chat so I can open for Q&As. I definitely want to hear any questions that anyone has. So if you could put the link in the chat so I can come off screen. I want to see people's faces. Was today good, guys? Did you learn something? You must always learn something on sessions with me. Did you learn something? Let me know. Thanks, Neen, for putting that there. Guys, let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat how today's session went. Let me know. Let me know. Ah, I love that. Mind blown. Yes, at 12 midnight, 9 minutes past 12. It's late out here in these streets. Late. but I want, who's here, who wants to work with me and my team, help you get some contracts? I mean, 997 is nothing compared to you couldn't even go to any company and tell them that you charge thousands. So you get return on investment instantly. Even like speaking engagement, I'm not a speaker trainer, people, but obviously companies, they pay you to speak. All right. So please click that link. Thank you, Dawn. Thank you, Wendy. Kevin, how much money these companies are prepared to pay? Wasn't, oh yeah, they pay money. They pay money. They pay money. They pay. Obviously, they pay according to the needs of the company and according to, like, in the US, they pay big money. In the UAE, they pay big money. In the UK, they pay as well. You just need to make sure you're really understanding their pain points, but also their winning points. And you want to show them that you're not just there for problems. You want to enhance what they're doing already and make it even better. Yeah. And yeah, once you have the conversation, once you get them on the phone, you're good because you all know what you're good at. And I'm not here to teach you to suck eggs. I just want you, I just want you to suck on bigger eggs so you can get bigger money. That's it. Are these contracts for speaking engagements only? No. Oh no, you can do anything. I saw another opportunity that came through was for books. There was a company. What company was it now? I don't know. One of the CAM members, if you're on here, it's in the portal. But they want to buy books. They're buying books in bulk to give to their employees. Some of these companies, they do what do you call it? Like book reading sessions, not book reading, like book clubs. So they're willing to buy your books in bulk. So you don't even need to be a speaker. You don't even need to be a trainer. And so when I finish my book, guys, understand I be selling them to these companies. Me, I don't need one person to be buying £10 here, £12 here, £12. I'm selling it in bulk. I've already identified some companies that I'm selling my books to. I'm already identified and I'm now having negotiations. If you buy them in bulk, this is how much it's going to cost. And when we're talking about Sunday bestseller, that's how I'm going to be the Sunday bestseller. You sell them in bulk to companies. There's companies out there. I can't remember what the company is. It's on the portal, but they do that. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much, Tash. Thank you, Tash. Yes, so Geraldine, key takeaways, research companies' fiscal calendar. Yes, we can talk about it next week when we have our training. On our sales training because you can pitch to me and I want to hear you ask me about the fiscal calendar year and budget. All right, we can test that out next week. Dawn, over to you. You can come off mute, my lovely.
Hello, lovely.
Yeah.
I just want to ask you about your book actually. And
Yes.
when is it coming out? I pre-ordered, so I'm ready.
Oh no,
Um,
don't put me under pressure.
no, my darling, no, it's positive pressure.
Yeah,
So
good girl.
I'm really looking forward to it. So I wanted
Yeah.
to so and this is like just how are you getting on? Because it's sort of something I want
Yeah.
to do. So yeah.
Yeah, so it's coming out. I want to get it out. I need to get it out just before summer. That's a promise. So I've got it out here with me at the moment, and I'm working on it. Just yeah, it's been hard, but I'm nearly finished. And I've got two good people who are doing the forward for me, which is such a blessing. So I've been working on someone to do the forward. And one of the guys I've got to do the forward, he is so mega busy, but I need him to do the forward so I can finish that bit. But yeah, before summer, it will be ready. And I'm excited and nervous at the same time, to be honest. Uh,
Nervous.
I know. But I'm excited about it. I'm excited. And this guy, he's massive. And you know what I did? I just asked him, guys, sometimes you just need to ask people because I
Yeah.
thought, I just went in and this is what I said to him. I said, I'm releasing a book called David's Guide to Goliath, How Small Businesses Can Win Large Contracts. I pitched it to two publishers. They loved it. hated my title, but I said, I'm not changing my title. So I told him that. And I said, and in the book, I refer to you and what you do because it was so relevant and it really made vaccine, get away. Come off. And he said, you know what he said? And he goes, and I said to him, I've got a question. I would love you to do the forward of my book. Would you do it? And he came back and he said, yeah, I'll do it. Anything I can do to help. And I was like, oh my God, so excited, so excited. So yes, I've got someone really big to do the forward of my book. I'm not saying who it is, not saying who it is, because let him write the forward first. But thank you so much, Dawn. It'll be out soon, but please hold me to it. Hold me to it.
Absolutely. And I just one more question. When is summer? Because you said by summer, but summer could be March or it could be August.
No. Let's do more like, what are we in March?
May.
May, yeah.
Cool.
May. Thank you, lovely. Thank you. Any other questions, lovely people? Anything else? Who's joining to work with me? Let me know. Janine, please put the link in the chat, please, for me. And so that if anyone's interested, they can book. I would love to work with you. Love to work with you. Any other questions, guys? Any other questions before we close? Don't make me laugh, Tash. Any other questions? Anything that you're unsure of in terms of what I covered today? Anything? Let's have a look. Thank you. Jackie, don't worry, I'm coming to you for the book. I am coming to you for the book. Thank you all. Thank you all for coming. I really enjoyed sharing today. That is the new presentation that I've done, actually. Today was the first day I've done it. And I really hope you enjoyed it. So Irene's asked a good question. The stakeholder insight session, do it online. Do it online. Don't even leave your house. Do it online, and you can it can be a phone call first and foremost. It could be a phone call because that's what I'm having with next week. It's just a phone call with one person from a bank. Or you can see if you can put 2 or 3 people together, and then you can have it on Teams, have it on Zoom. Give them what you want to do is sell it to them like this is your chance to really talk about what's happening within the industry, how you can be supported. Think about it this way. You know, when we join masterminds as entrepreneurs, that's how they sell it to us, right? Be part of the community. You are just doing one with decision makers, and some of them may be open to share what's going on underneath, or they might just share the surface level. But you as the advisor, as the expert, you want to just get them to talk about it a bit more, and then you can, you've got to think on your feet and just offer a little bit of advice, or this is what I would do, or some of my don't lie, so you don't say some of my clients if you haven't had any, but what you can say is some clients have done this. You never said my clients. You can say some clients have done this so that they know that actually, okay, she or he knows what he's talking about. Yeah. How many people to ask to join? I wouldn't go more than 5. I wouldn't go more than 5, I wouldn't go more than 5. Awesome.
I was asking, sorry, I'm here. I was asking, hi.
my darling.
How do you ask? You mean you send a DM on LinkedIn to the companies offering that opportunity to receive this free advice? It was more about the lead generation for this type of session.
Yeah.
That was the question.
So there's 2 ways. You can do it privately and go into their DMs, or you can just say, this is what I've done once before. I've just put out and I said, I'm a leadership executive coach working in this industry. So you choose an industry and you can say, I want to give myself as a resource to support 3 or 5 decision makers in this area. Just talk about what they're struggling with. It will be on Zoom. It'll be private, so it'll be only 3 to 5 people, very intimate. And let's just talk about some of the key challenges that's affecting the industry. Let me give you some of my insight, some of the things I know, and we're good to go. It's going to cost them what? All of 45 minutes of their time. But what you get from it is going to be gold. What you get from it. But we want to make sure they're giving value. But yeah. All right.
Thank you.
No problem at all. Any other final questions, guys? We're coming down. We're coming down. What time is it? It's 12:20. Awesome. All right, guys. I think we have covered everything. It has been a pleasure and an honor as always to serve. Always a pleasure to serve you guys. If anybody wants to send me a direct message, let me just put my email in here. I think everyone's got it right, because I'll just put it in here. Partner. If you've got any questions, you're unsure about something, the payment plan, if you're unsure about anything, just drop me a message there and let me see what I can do. But yeah, I'm excited, guys. I'm excited. Have an awesome day, people. And if you need me, if you need anything, you know where I am. Hope to see you at the next masterclass. I'm going to do another one, but I'm going to do it on, I don't know. I think I've got a list already. I've got a list. But if there's anything specific that you want to see, reach out to me and let me see if I can put something together for you. All right, guys. Take care, everyone. Thank you for coming. Take care. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
No problem. My pleasure. My pleasure.
Thanks, Michelle.
No problem. Thank you.
Thanks, Michelle. Good evening.
Good evening, my lovely.